time. This time. Our time. One city. One club. We're back. The time is now.
Hey. I think you're mute, Gary.
I've just seen that in the background. Thank you for that. We've got Jamie joining us just as we start. I was just sorting his camera and stuff out.
Just as we speak.
You're right, Jay. Can you hear us, mate? I can indeed.
Loud and clear.
There you go. Yeah, he's on. Here he is. So we've got Jamie. We may have DX with us. I'm starting the show off tonight because I believe Chris is running a little late. So welcome one and all. Before I obviously get into the housework, let's do Mark Thorpe. Welcome to Members Club. It's great to have you on board. Thanks, Mark. And like I say, anybody out there, if you wouldn't mind, give us all the support. Let's do the housework. Welcome to everybody that's watching across all of the platforms. Thanks to everybody that works in the background. Don't forget, please, hit that like button if you enjoy the show. It just helps us get further as a channel. Hit the bell for future content. Do lots of live shows, well, daily shows at the minute, with not a lot to talk about apart from the usual crap.
Are we talking about housework tonight, did you say? Is that because talking about Newcastle United is bloody depressing?
Absolutely. Hit the bell for future content. As I said, subscribe. It's totally free. You can become a member, small monthly fee, different levels to choose from. And then once you become a member, if you want, you can jump on board the Prediction League. Again, it's a £5 cost, but then you get the chance to win a prize at the end of the season. If you've got a question for either of the panel, and then put a Q in front of it, then it's not guaranteed to be mentioned, team. But obviously, if you want to guarantee it, then use the $sign, follow the information, and that will guarantee your message read out. And anybody, as you've just seen, becomes a member, or any of our lovely members that gift them out there, we'll be highlighting and thanked as we go. So, Jamie, we haven't heard from you for a while, mate.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Eddie Howe. You've got a lot of explaining to do, pal.
I was going to say, come on, fill us in with the beans, Jack.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it must be lovely to be famous, but
except you're about a foot taller than him. Like.
Yeah, John Arnerisa was the worst one. I was genuinely worried he was going to sign for Newcastle, and at one point, I think it was rumoured, and I thought, if I go out, people's going to think I'm him, and I'm going to have embarrassing moments.
Love it. So, as we haven't had your views on anything regarding all the gossip, all the news out there, what's your take in the current situation?
I've been having a bit of a chat tonight with a couple of my mates, and I've got a bit of a theory that we might be getting Chris Wooded. You're probably wondering what I mean by that, but if you remember back to when we bought Chris Wood at the start of 2022, and people said it was a bit of an odd signing, but I personally think he did a great job, and then we got a decent fee for him.
And we depleted Burnley.
That's the key. That was a big thing. We were taken away from a major rival, and Burnley went down in the end. And I'm wondering if the cartel clubs at the moment have just got a kind of standing order between them that whenever Newcastle look like they're going to get a player that will improve us, they go in to buy him, not because Chelsea want Pedro or Liverpool want Ekitike or Man City want James Trafford, but just to stop Newcastle growing, because they know they can offer more in the way of wages. They know they've got the sort of global appeal of a Manchester United or a Liverpool. And I wonder if there's just subterfuge at play, because it's just getting Groundhog Day, isn't it? You think a player's coming in, you get excited about him, and then one of their names floats into the frame, and before you know it, he's rocking up at one of the big six. So
I would certainly go along with it, because I love a conspiracy theory, and I would certainly go along with that as far as all of the American-owned clubs are concerned. And as far as City's concerned, I don't think they would be party to that. But they're interested in Trafford, but that's because Edison has sprung this transfer request on them because he wants to go to Saudi and make $1 million.
Because I think he's staying and they're going to go for Trafford anyway. So,
All right, I need to ask Martin that. I thought he was away.
United could have done more. There's no doubt in that. There's some transfers, like you couldn't have stopped Pedro going to Chelsea. You couldn't have stopped Ekitike going to Liverpool because they offered more. But there's a couple of times when they've clearly been asleep. There's a big void there where there's no sporting director. I have heard that Darren Eales left the club at the same time as Paul Mitchell. So
it wouldn't surprise me.
Executive. And we've got the complication where the PIF need to sign everything off. Like, I don't mind lowballing in the first instance. It's good business, to go in and say, within reason, would you take 25 million? But then you've got to be back and say, right, 30 million, what does it take to make this deal
exactly.
work? And I think every one of them is a phone call to Riyadh that there's just no one on the end of. If you've seen that Amazon Prime documentary?
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah.
Where Amanda gets on the phone while she's in the taxi.
Well, she goes over.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
she's on the phone to Everton. She's on the. She goes out to Saudi, doesn't she? She does. She's on the phone to Al Rumayyan, and she makes that deal happen. Anthony Gordon, and we're lacking somebody to do that.
That's exactly what we said the other day. There seems to be a void now between, and you can point the finger at a number of people, and there's, for me, I've said it's you never ever seem to get a happy place if you've got nobody at the top running the business, and it seems as though, thanks Sean. For your gifted member, that's gone to Laura too, and welcome on board, Laura. I seriously look at this now and say, there's people blame Eddie, there's Andy Howe and Steve Nixon and things like that. I've said, I was a little bit disappointed in the Mitchell stories. I mean, we've got no proof on any of this is legit, but what we have got proof is that it's not run correctly in the boardroom level. And I think, as you can see now, we've known about poor Darren Eales' illness for some time, and we've still got nobody in situ. There's again, you can't tell me that Paul Mitchell, decided at the end of May that he was leaving at the end of June. And I know, like Wynne says, it seems very, very poignant that they had this discussion post the Everton game, and then come to a conclusion that either Eddie goes or I go. Type of thing, because you can't.
That's pure speculation.
I know. That's what I said. It's probably something out there where you say you've got to look at it and say, if you've got two immovable objects and none of them are willing to back down, something's going to give. Something will always going to give. And like I said, for me, it's a case of we didn't really see a lot from Paul Mitchell apart from some of the backroom staff that he pulled in. Good ones. I'm not saying they weren't bad ones. And some of the kids that he's brought in, again, you're looking at the longevity of Newcastle going forward. It's something that needed to happen. It needed somebody to put the thumb on it and get it right. But who was putting the thumb on these two when they were at loggerheads?
Don't forget to smash the like button. It helps us a lot to keep growing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, activate all notifications, that way you get notified every time we go live. And don't forget, you can become a member, get exclusive content, access to all of our live shows on demand at the time that you want. Also, of course, giveaways every month, sometimes multiple giveaways a month. So stay tuned for that. Check it out. Help support the channel. It's a small fee. And of course, you help us and grow. If you hate the Mackhams, smash that like button.
To save the bleeding races. When we got the wheel put on, away we went again. But them that had their noses broke, they came back our him. Some went to the dispensary, and some to Dr. Gibbs's, and some to the informer.